2021 Maserati Ghibli Trofeo first test, more than a participation trophy. But before we start, please support us by pressing the like and subscribe buttons, so that we can continue to provide information about car and motorcycle news. Also turn on the bell button to get the latest updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you. The Maserati Ghibli has been an easy car to poke fun at since its introduction for 2014. Although it carries the same nameplate as the wedgy Giugiaro-designed Grand Tourer and distinctive turbo coupe of Maserati's past, the modern iteration is sometimes dismissed as a collection of dolled-up mediocre Chrysler parts cobbled together in an attempt to ramp up Maserati's sales numbers. This year's Ghibli Trofeo invites us to look deeper and see Maserati's midsize luxury sedan for what it has become. It's a sophisticated, muscle-bound Italian with just a touch of grey in its hair and flashy, well-tailored threads. The Ghibli's Ferrari-ish engine. Compared to every Ghibli that's come before it, the Trofeo has two additions that are impossible to miss: two extra cylinders. In place of the existing model's 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 sits a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8, developed by Maserati and assembled by Ferrari technicians in Maranello. If you ever see a Trofeo at a car show, ask the owner to pop the hood so you can admire the carbon fiber engine cover, which is pretty enough to hang on your wall. The Trofeo engine is closely related to the F-154 3.9-liter V8 that made its debut in the Ferrari 488 GTB and now powers the F8, Portofino, SF90, and Roma, but there are key differences. Maserati's version uses wet sump lubrication instead of the Ferrari's dry sump system and a crossplane crankshaft as opposed to the flat plane crank in the Ferrari power plants. The Ferrari's flat plane crank contributes to a higher power peak, 7,500 to 8,000 revolutions per minute compared to 6,750 for the Maserati engine. Also, with the Trofeo's bore and stroke measuring 86.5 and 80.8 millimeters, respectively, it has the same bore as the Ferrari engines, other than the 4.0-liter SF90 V8, but a shorter stroke. Under the hood of the Ghibli, the Italian 8-cylinder delivers a healthy 580 horsepower and 538 pounds-to-foot of torque. It's mated to the same ZF 8-speed automatic as the standard Ghibli V6, but unlike that car, the Trofeo routes that power exclusively to the rear wheels. Notably, the Ghibli Trofeo's closest competitors, the BMW M5 and Mercedes-AMG E63, recently transitioned to AWD only. On the test track, the Ghibli Trofeo laid down a 3.7-second 0-60 time on its way to a 12.0-second quarter-mile at 119.3 miles per hour. Those numbers aren't exactly segment-leading. Our most recent tests of the BMW M5 and Mercedes-AMG E63s both recorded 0-60 miles per hour in 3.0 seconds with quarter-mile times in the low 11-second range and trap speeds around 125 miles per hour. The Trofeo's 24.7-second figure-8 lap also trails the Germans, but road test editor Chris Walton had great things to say about this car's dynamics. He praised the explosive power delivery and the chassis balance. The Ghibli exhibits very mild understeer at the limit and is happy to deliver oversteer with a boot of the throttle. A long wheelbase means the car rotates progressively, and slides are easy to catch. Walton was also impressed with how the rear limited slip differential puts down power in a corner. Road manners. But let's be honest, how many Maserati owners are taking their luxury sedans to the track? Maserati vehicle line executive Raniero Bertisolo mentioned the team wanted to avoid a vehicle that could only be enjoyed by trained drivers. Instead, it focused on developing a true Gran Turismo. As a result, the Ghibli is perfectly content loafing around town and allowing the driver and passengers to forget there's a quadruple shot of espresso beneath the hood. Especially in the ICE drive mode, improved control and efficiency, relaxed throttle mapping and early shifts allow the driver to take advantage of this engine's low-end torque for drama-free cruising. That's not to say the Trofeo doesn't make an entrance. Our example rolled on handsome 21-inch triple split-spoke wheels, a nod to Maserati's Trident badge, and wore $2,700 optional Bianco Alpi tri-coat paint that showed luscious depth in the sun. The Trofeo also features a unique gloss black grille and hand-laid carbon fiber on the front splitter and intakes. Additional vents in the hood provide much-needed cooling for the V8, and the updated taillights subtly refresh an aging design. Tricolor Italian flag details on the B-pillars are a nice touch, but we'd skip the shouty $6,500 red, green, and white racing stripe. This interior impresses, too. Our test vehicle was fitted with an optional $4,000 woven leather upholstery developed in collaboration with Italian fashion house Senga. It's a distinctive change of pace from the played-out quilted leather trope that can now be had in a Mitsubishi Outlander. A handsome analog clock rests under an arch of crafted leather. Heated rear seats and a power rear sunshade will keep backseat passengers feeling pampered, but we missed having ventilated seats up front. That said, the driver and front passenger are treated to Maserati's new for 2021 infotainment system, now with a 10.1-inch touchscreen display. Yes, it's a Chrysler part. You'll see a version in the Dodge Durango Hellcat, but the system is one of the best in the business, whether it's in a 3-row family SUV or a 6-figure Italian. Besides, most Maserati buyers won't notice the few buttons and knobs this interior shares with a rental spec Dodge Charger. Maserati's unique infotainment fonts and graphics are convincingly U-market, and a curved shelf below the screen allows users to anchor their thumb for more accurate touch inputs. The standard wireless Apple CarPlay functionality looks excellent, occupying the whole display, and we had few issues with connectivity. Although the wireless charging pad in our vehicle never worked properly, Maserati was unable to replicate the issue in independent testing. Buyers cross-shopping an M5 or E63 may bemoan the lack of a fully digital instrument cluster. However, the Ghibli standard driver assist tech works flawlessly, though. Adaptive cruise control provides natural, human-like braking and enough power to get back up to speed if the car ahead accelerates. The lane following system is confident and handles gentle curves with ease. Our only complaint among driver assist features concerns the parking sensors, which are so sensitive and non-adjustable that reversing down a narrow driveway results in more beeps, boops, and flashing lights than a teenager's SoundCloud DJ set. We learned to ignore it, like a little Italian boy who cried wolf one too many times, but thereby run the risk of not taking the warning seriously if the car actually were about to hit something. Never mind the overactive parking sensors and the plastic buttons. Do yourself a favor, activate sport mode and roll your right foot on the accelerator. This engine provides a mountain of torque at the low end, and once the revs climb past 5,000 revolutions per minute, the rush of air through the intakes and the rapidly rotating torque needle bring to mind Maseratis and Ferraris' histories in racing. It almost feels more like a massive displacement naturally aspirated engine than a compact twin-turbo V8. Engaging sport or Corsa modes opens baffles in the Trofeo's quad-tip exhaust, but the resulting crescendo is a bit underwhelming. The engine note is wonderful, but there just isn't enough of it for a car that's so all about its power plant.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.